Craft Club, Craft Club. We're all gonna craft at Kevin's Craft Club. You will craft, and I will craft, and we'll all craft because it's Craft Club. Okay, so we've been reading one of my first Christmas. I believe this is actually my first Christmas movie that I ever wrote, and it is either driving you insane and you're no longer watching, or you are continuing to watch the chaos that is this movie. Now, in the last act, we see Mrs. Betty, her pie shop. She is starting to put on makeup. She's opening these gifts. She's like, oh, I'm actually like enjoying life a little more. Puts on makeup. She's putting on makeup and all these things. So she was a little bit sad at the beginning, and now she seems to be coming out of her shell as she opens these gifts. So let's get into Act 3. Now remember, the last gift was a little box, and she opened it, and it was tickets to a movie. And so now, Act 3, we open exterior outside of Townie Cinema. Later. How are you doing, honey bear? You falling asleep? Here we go. A historical movie theater. There is a vintage marquee that reads, "It's a Wonderful Life," and a ticket window with golden doors that lead to a red carpeted lobby. Betty stands outside of the theater with Ben. She holds the tickets in her hand. Shall we? Betty approaches the ticket window with Ben behind her. Behind the ticket window is Tucker James, 16. He wears a red vest over a button-up with a red bow tie. Oh, good morning, Mrs. Betty. Oh, sorry, it's not morning, it's evening. What am I doing? This is after she's finished the pie shop. Okay. Good evening, Mrs. Betty. Oh, good evening, Tucker. Are your parents well? They are. Mom's in the projection room and Dad's running around back there somewhere. Are you here for the movie? Oh, yes. Ready for some Christmas spirit. I know what you mean. I've probably seen this movie 1,000 times by now, and it always puts me in the Christmas mood. Betty hands Tucker the ticket that she got in the gift. Tucker looks at it and inspects it curiously. Oh, this is let me just get my dad. 1 second. Tucker disappears from behind the window. And this is Ben. He's behind her. Tucker's all grown up. He really is. Such a sweet kid. I remember when he was just a toddler. Now he has facial hair? Or his attempt at facial hair. Tucker reappears. Behind him, Thomas James, 42, appears. Hello! Happy holidays, Mrs. Betty. Happy holidays, Thomas. Is everything okay with the ticket? Of course, Mrs. Betty. The ticket is a little old, but everything is fine. We're looking forward to getting our family pie Christmas morning. Oh, yes, I hope we can get a rhubarb pie before it sells out. Oh, but if not, then cherry. Oh, or blueberry. We'll see if we can put aside a rhubarb for you. But no promises. That's Ben in the back. That would be awesome. Tucker has a nasal, he's got a bit of a cold for some reason. Then Thomas says, enjoy the movie, Mrs. Betty. The popcorn's on us. Oh, thank you, dear. Ben from behind says, shall we? Ben puts her arm around Betty and they enter into the lobby. Interior, Townie Cinema Theater later. Red velvet seats. The theater is sparsely occupied. Betty and Ben sit together in the middle of the theater. Ben has his arm around Betty as she eats popcorn. The movie plays on the screen and flickers back at them. Cinematic music plays. Exterior, Townie Cinema later. Betty and Ben exit out onto the street. It is dark now, and the town is quiet and empty. This city really does shut down early. It's not ready. I'm not ready for this night to end. Me neither. We could, Ben thinks. We could go through the park, look at the lights on the gazebo. That sounds lovely. They link arms and walk across the street towards the park. Exterior, gazebo later. A white wooden gazebo in the middle of a park. It is decorated with Christmas lights. In the gazebo is a bench. Betty enters the gazebo and sits down. Oh, it's cold out. Betty sets down her purse and the little present that she put in there earlier falls out. Ben enters the gazebo and sits down next to her. Well, are you going to open it? Why not? Betty takes the small box and unwraps it. She opens it to reveal a silver engagement ring with a large diamond. Hey! It's beautiful. Now you finally have a real engagement ring? Flashback. Again, I added the flashbacks to make this movie long enough. The thing is, this isn't a finished thing either, because if I had sold this, 20,000 executives would have given me 8 million notes, and it would be a completely different movie. This is the first draft, basically, the first finished draft of this movie. So, maybe there would have been no flashbacks. We will never know. We will never know these things. Flashback. Interior, young Betty's apartment, living room, night. A small cramped apartment. It is sparsely furnished with nothing on the walls. Young Betty is sitting on the couch packing a suitcase. Young Ben, I'm not in the mood. I'm not in the right dramatic space because I think this is a sad thing. Okay. Again, I've not read this in like years. So, okay. Sparsely furnished room with nothing on the walls. Young Betty is sitting on the couch packing a suitcase. Young Ben is in the corner watching her. Where will you live? I can live with my aunt for now. I can babysit her kids in return. I just don't understand why you can't finish the semester. There's no money left, even if I could. How would I eat? How would I pay rent? Plus, I have to take care of everything at home. I have to figure out what to do with the restaurant. I have to sell the house and I have to... Young Betty starts to cry. Young Ben sits down next to her. I'm sorry I never got to know your mother. Young Ben puts his arm around her and comforts her. I love you so much, Betty. Young Ben thinks for a second and then, I want to come with you. Young Betty. What? I don't want to live in Chicago without you. I want to be with you. But what about your job, your life here, your friends? It's all worthless if you're not here with me. Young Betty contemplates then. I want you to come with me. Young Ben gets on one knee. Betty, will you marry me? Young Betty looks happily surprised. She thinks for a brief moment and then, yes, of course, I will marry you, Ben McCarthy. They embrace. I wish I had a ring to give you. I don't need a ring. All I need is you. Listen, that would have brought tears to people's eyes if this was on television. Listen, do not pretend that earnestness does not work on these channels. And the flashback. We go back to the gazebo. They're older now. Back to the previous scene. Better late than never. It's perfect. Betty inspects the ring happily. Interior, Tracy's house. Tracy's the daughter. Dining room, evening. A modern dining room that looks as if it's out of an IKEA catalog. Tracy and Mike are eating dinner. She just looks so happy all day. That's a good thing. Sure, but it's all so confusing. I don't understand what changed. She has this new camera. She's laughing, taking pictures with Ricky. She's even wearing makeup. Well, I, for one, am happy for her, your mother. That's why we came here, right? To make sure she's okay. Sure. Because we definitely put our lives on hold. Not that I'm complaining. Not this again. Yes, this again. Can we just talk about something else? I don't want to. I want to know what you're planning to do. I have a job offer. A good job offer. What are you saying? I'm just saying, when are you going to decide about us, Tracy? You said we'd be here for a few weeks, and now it's been over a year. I don't know, Mike. Well, when will you know? I don't know, Mike. Mike stands up. Look, I don't mind being in this town. I don't even mind being away from Chicago. And I don't mind working for grumpy Mr. Richmond. But I do mind not knowing. If you don't know, then what's the point of any of this? Mike heads to the kitchen in a huff. Mike! Oh. Tracy sits alone in the dining room. End of Act 3. Oh my gosh, this was such a short act. That's way shorter than it should have been. What do we think about this? Also, I will say when I'm writing something or when I'm reading a script, I always try to imagine actors in each of the roles. So while you're listening to this, like think of like your favorite actors who would play these roles. Like Mrs. Betty could be like a Judith Light, or like it doesn't even have to be somebody alive. Like it could be an Angela Lansbury or something like that. And then Tracy could be like, oh, I don't know, a very uptight type of character. Think about it. Put in the comments if you have any like casting ideas for this, who you would want to play these roles. And I will see you on the next episode. We will continue and we will finish this. I hope you're enjoying this, because as I'm reading it, I feel crazy. But I do sometimes like being told a story, as long as it's coming out clear to y'all. Because like I said, it's not written like a book. It's written like dialogue back and forth. So I hope you're enjoying it, and I will see you next episode for Act 4 of 9 of In Case of Emergency, my Christmas movie, also known as Christmas Presents. This has been another episode of Craft Club Winter Edition. We're all gonna craft at Kevin's Craft Club. You will craft, and I will craft, and we'll all craft at Winter Edition of Craft Club, where Kevin is reading his script, and it's crazy. He looks really crazy, but he's doing it anyway.